7 texting secrets that women don't want you to know. When you master these texting secrets, you become a master at talking to women. You can convert to dates. You stop fumbling and having conversations fizzle out. Or your conversations work on the 4s, but they don't work on the 7, 8, 9, or 10s. And this will tell you exactly what to do because I work with men all around the world on helping them become masters at women and dating. And texting is a massive part of it. If you meet them online, if you meet them in person, you have to be able to convert. 90% of your communication with them is going to be via texting. This video will cover all of it, make you a master. So number 1, women don't have the capacity for anything other than easy conversation. This is just a black pill truth. When you talk to women about things that actually make them think, they will just not respond. They can't handle the conversation. Women want life on easy mode. They don't want to think. They don't want to process tons of information. They don't want to be analytical. They want things super duper easy. So in your conversation and in your questions, are you asking them hard-hitting, logical questions? Are you playing into scenarios that are so real and scary? If they have to think, this is a rule of thumb, if they have to think for more than 1 second about what to respond to your question or to your statement or to whatever it is that you sent them, they won't. They can't handle it. Oh, it's not worth it, whatever. I'm busy. They won't even respond to you. That is why 95% of your conversations are fizzling out, because you're making them think too much. They don't want to think, they're women. Number 2, women think that men that text them a lot are bums. This is unequivocally the truth. I have a friend that is a girl, and she was talking to a guy that is literally an Emmy award-winning actor. Okay, she's a very attractive woman. He's an acclaimed, famous actor in Hollywood. He was text her all day long. All day long. She subconsciously saw him as a bum. She could not see him as this famous, successful man anymore. Because of his behavior and because of how much he was texting this woman, she now viewed him as a bum. And he is a famous multimillionaire. What does that tell you? Women do not control how they perceive you. It is subconscious. It is all for your behavior and how you treat them. And so you can be the most rich and successful, handsome guy in the world. If you text them all day, they'll see you as a bum. It doesn't matter because your behavior dictates their perception of you. If you don't want them to see you as a bum and you want them to see you as valuable, don't text them all day. At least act like you have a life. I don't even care if you're unemployed. Act like you have shit to do. Number 3, women choose who to text based on the value of perceived reward. Whose attention is more valuable? And this is very psychological. This is very subconscious. They're not consciously doing this, but women are drawn by rewards and by moving away from fear, right? They're human beings. This is psychology 101. And so if you're texting them and your texting does not give them any reward, as in no banter, no laughter, no giddiness, no emotional feeling in your conversation, they will not be inclined to go back to this source of attention because it's not rewarding. And they will find a guy or talk to a guy that gives them a higher perceived reward on their attention. They want to do a certain behavior and get amazing emotional feelings back and attention back. That's how women operate. So if you're texting them and it's very dry, your openers are very dry, it's logical, you don't have any banter, etc., and they get zero reward emotionally or via attention, they will go where their behavior is more rewarded. And so you have to understand, how do I, as a man, make my attention more valuable? This is a very important question because it determines all of their behavior, especially at the highest levels, right? When you're talking to a 4, she has no market to go into. She has no competition. She can have basically nobody in the world. And so when you don't give her that much attention, it doesn't matter because it's some attention. But when you talk to 8s, 9s, and 10s at the highest level, they have such an abundance of options, of attention they can choose from. So why would they want it from you? It's because you are going to increase the value of your attention by having banter, by knowing how to spike emotions, by taking them to La La Land, by not speaking logically or rationally. That is why. That is how you spike more emotion. When you spike more emotion in women, your attention is now more valuable because that's all they care about. Number 4, women always want to text more than men do. Don't allow it. So when you start talking to a girl and you know how to run game and you're spiking emotion and you're doing these things that I'm telling you how to do, you have banter, you're up and you're down, sometimes you're nonchalant, sometimes this, whatever. You're very addicting as a man for that woman. She is always going to want to talk to you more than you want to talk to her. Always. They're always going to want to text forever and ever and ever and put in zero actual effort in showing up on a date. Because women are hardwired to get emotion at the least amount of effort possible. At the least. You can't allow it as a man. As a man, you have to put your foot down. As a man, you have to control how much texting you are giving this woman. Because you cannot give her free attention without transacting for meeting up with you. That's the whole point. That's the whole point we talk to women is I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make sure you feel certain things, comfortable, excited, etc., giddy, blah, 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 for the sole purpose of transacting for plans. When you just text and text and text and text and you're a pen pal, what is that going to say? It's going to say to her, I can text, get all the attention I want and have to give up nothing. He's just performing for me. Slowly but surely they will devalue you. And so you cannot allow this. You have to keep your texting on a transactional basis. Obviously, you don't say this outright, right? But you give attention, and then plans. And then you set plans and they show up, etc. So that you are getting your end of the bargain. You can never give in to how much women want to text, ever. Number 5, when women are left on red, attraction increases. Now, obviously, you need to be able to spike attraction in the beginning for this to be able to work. But once you do spike that, you need to leave them on red. You cannot be the guy that is always left holding the bag when it comes to the conversation. When you reach a climax in banter and conversation and you're not making plans in the specific moment, you need to pull back. You need to leave them on red. Literally turn on your red receipts for this one girl, if they're not already on, and leave her on fucking red. Leave her on red on Instagram, on texting, on iMessage, etc. It's very important that they see that you have the willpower and the courage and the level of abundance in women that you can walk away from one. It's very important that they see that, because if they see that you're never willing to let the conversation die, never willing to leave them on red, they're going to assume on a psychological level that you have no other options and you're clinging on to them and you're desperate and attraction goes to zero. When they see that, wow, this guy, he's not even responding to me. He's willing to walk away. He must have other women. He must be busy. He must be desirable. Now I want him more. That is the deeper psychology behind why ghosting and leaving them on red, not for like weeks on end, obviously if you want to keep seeing this girl, but use that. Use it because it's going to show them you have other options, you have leverage, and that increases attraction in women. Number 6, women love a variety of messaging because it spikes emotion. So if you are speaking linearly like a normal man, it's not going to spike much emotion. But let's take it a step further. Why do we need to only do text messages? We can do a voice note. We can do images. One voice note will spike more emotion in a woman than 100 texts. I'm not even kidding. Because less is always more. When your attention is scarce, but very volatile and powerful, it is more valuable in their mind than tons of messages from other men. I can send a girl a voice note and she can think about it all day long. And 1,000 other guys can send her, hey, I love you, I miss you, you're beautiful, etc. She will only think about my voice note because it's impactful, it's powerful, it is emotionally charged. You hear tonality, you hear voice, you hear joking that you can never accomplish with normal words on messages, words on a screen. I can never give my personality. It's impossible through messages and words on a screen versus a voice note, or send them a video or an image. Not like a selfie, but it can be something you're doing or a video of something, just something other than words on a screen is going to spike emotion 1,000 times more than just sticking to regular messages. So use it, but use it sparingly. Less is always more. If you send 1,000 voice notes a day, all of a sudden the voice note is not worth shit. It's only worth valuable attention that they will gravitate towards when it's used sparingly. Number 7, women hate consistency and transparency because it kills intrigue. They're desiring mystery. So if you're texting them all day and you're really transparent and you're really communicative and you're telling them everything you're doing and everything the day is going on, it kills attraction. They want to be in the dark. They want to be in mystery la la land. They want to literally not know what you're doing. They want to not know where this is going. They want to not know your intentions, because when they're operating in the land of mystery and the unknown, that is what emotionally charges them. That is what creates attraction. When there's none of that, the chase is over. They know too much. You're too readable. You're too predictable. And attraction goes to zero. And literally, when I go through text messages with my clients, I tell them exactly what to say to spike emotion, exactly how to talk in text to make women addicted to them. So if you want to really level up your dating, your mindset, psychology of women, etc., apply for my one-on-one application link below. It's a complete 90-day mentorship to make you a master at women in dating. And if that is probably a little bit out of your range, no worries at all. I have a more affordable guide below as well called the Unreadable Man Protocol. It teaches you exactly how to be unreadable to women so you can spike this emotion and make them addicted to you. I'll see you in the next video.